Great. Thank you all very much for joining. As Lee mentioned, my name is Rob Leidick. I'm the president of Wavelengths. And I like to say that we actually do what everybody talks about. That everybody wants to talk about interoperability. They want to talk about things work with everything else. And the beautiful part of us here at the security event is you can actually see it work. You can see it work on locks with physical credentials, wallet credentials. It functions on a Dormakaba lock, an Assa Abloy lock, an Allegiant lock, about 25 vendors of readers that you'll find around here, as well as our population of readers. If you haven't had the opportunity, come visit us right over at that stand with our friends at Ingenia. But the intent of today's conversation is, how do we actually enable interoperability? What is it affecting in our universe of access control? And I've listened to some of the panels and people talk, well, it's the burden of all the legacy successes that we've had. It's the burden of people not wanting to update and move to more secure solutions. That's true, and I don't like excuses in life. So we want to make sure that that we do this really well. Quickly, Wavelengths, we're the #2 provider of readers in the world. But I want to talk about what the access control industry actually does. And we're really, really good at establishing moats. We're good at, hey, it works in our world and it doesn't work with anybody else. If you want to deal with us, you have to exist in our walled garden. And I advocate that the industry grows if we build bridges. Everybody can have their own island. But do you want to remain on that island? Do you want to only have the offering that your specific access control can operate or your specific hardware can operate? But it's cute because you're the only provider of it. That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. The market grows. Industries grow if you openly collaborate with others. If you don't try and capture all the pie to yourself, there's actually more pie. And this is the problem of interoperability. You have to actually put yourself out there and be brave that you're not the only one that makes all the money. Or you might not make money at all to deliver what you actually want the industry to grow. So the problem is access control struggles to become a mainstream technology because of all of the moats that we create, all of the islands. And this island doesn't want to talk to that island. And as such, growing to a mainstream technology becomes very, very challenging. I'm grateful for our friends in the wallet world, whether it be a Google wallet or an Apple wallet or a Samsung wallet, that they've entered our space and allowed us to at least have the conversation of mainstream. They are bringing a bunch of people kicking and screaming along with it to say, oh, but I don't know if I can actually make that happen. The problem is really well defined. We cannot continue to be individual islands. We must build bridges. We must be brave to actually challenge ourselves that our credentials, our access control systems, our visitor management systems, they all function together. And customers have the freedom of choice to pick the best of breed product for the right application. There are solutions. At Wavelengths last week, we kicked off a formal productized solution called the Leaf Community. The Leaf Community is a collaboration of many, many manufacturers that come in and build together. Yes, there are formal products. It's a productized community that everybody can choose to make their own and make their own money with it. Here in the stand, I'm partnered with a company called Ingenia. Ingenia is a card manufacturer. They take coils, antennas, match them to specific tech chips, whether it be from NXP or Legic or Microchip or others, and they make cards in different formats. You want a bamboo card, you want a regular card, you want all this. And guess what? Wavelengths doesn't make it. We created a credential structure that everybody can accommodate. Oh, and by the way, another big problem of physical credentials is the ordering process is a nightmare. How many of you have actually had the experience of trying to order a physical credential, and you've got to have facility code, what technology it is, where the cards need to start, where the cards need to stop? We don't do any of that. Anybody, including you, can buy this pack of fobs. You scan the QR code on the back of it. It gives you every card number in this bag in a CSV file that you can then import into your access control system. Mind you, it's a structure of keys that can be read by every access control system in the industry. Every single one. Oh, and by the way, they don't have starts and stops of start at credential 101 and end at credential 250. They're randomized. It's a 40-bit key structure, so there's 281 trillion unique credentials. Now, I would love to run out of credential numbers. Unfortunately, I could give a credential many, many, many millions of times over to every single person on the planet and still not run out of credential numbers. Because I'm not providing starts and stops, it also provides an additional layer of security that individuals can actually have a completely randomized range, so that if I end up cracking a single card, I can't then go, oh, I just need to add one. Now I've got the next card, add another, I've got the next card. It's entirely randomized, which almost begins to replicate an asymmetric key structure that others can accommodate. The key part of this is Wavelengths doesn't own it. We've just created it and brought along partners like Ingenia. We brought across a founding partner called Idemia, which if you go through any of the airport security, you'll run into their stuff as well. And together we've created a standard that everybody can operate from. It is building those bridges. It's being brave to say we do not have to be the only ones making money. Everybody else can make money. Everybody else can provide those solutions, because we have to solve these really complex problems. At Wavelengths, we make wall readers. We make a module that goes inside of a turnstile or an elevator or other things. That's it. Yet, I've got to deal with vending. I've got to deal with other lift providers. I have to deal with other turnstile providers. I've got to deal with interior doors, electronic locks, printing access. There's a lot of RF devices. We have to make them work together. Now, what has been the solution to make them work together today? We somehow break our brains and we say, we want security, but I want interoperability, and so we go back to procs. We're like, okay, I'm going to go sit at the kids' table again. And yeah, we wanted security, but nope, I got to move. I've got to go back to procs because I got to work with that other manufacturer because they won't allow a secure transaction to function with that. That's not brave. That does not make the industry more secure. It does not make us more mainstream. It does not enable us to accomplish that. And it's not just physical credentials. It is wallet as well. It is a structure of credentials that can be present in the wallet that enables other access control manufacturers in hardware to be able to accommodate it, in software to be able to accommodate it as well. Just put an image up here. In the access control world, you start with a traditional key or key manager, and they force decisions to only buy one manufacturer of hardware. That is how the access control industry works. That's fact. I would encourage somebody to try and debate me on this, please. Second, the way we operate is NXP doesn't sell direct to anybody. They're a technology provider. They happen to enable Wavelengths, and Wavelengths does what NXP actually wanted to happen, enabling everybody else, enabling a secure key management, a secure key exchange to now enable everybody to function together. How was it actually implemented? So you'll see this is we've got Leaf Universal Card. That is the 40-bit structure on a symmetric key MyFair DesFire EV3 world. We also do it MyFair DesFire EV3 with a FIDO2 applet. So if you want to do logical access as well, that card physically comes from IDEMIA. IDEMIA does FIDO2 really, really well. We have many financial corporations that want to have logical access via contact chip. They want to have access control via contactless chip and enable customers to be able to adopt it rapidly. For context, our first order, the very first order we shipped for this was 600,000 cards that wanted contactless, and an open API to enable other reader manufacturers to be able to accommodate it. It's in full production. Our second order was for 150,000. And now it's commercially available in packs of 25, both contact and contactless. So I like to show this. People want to say, is it real? That's operating on a module. This is a RFID's printer or elevator reader. This is a biometric reader. No, and this is Wallet, by the way. This is a third-party reader manufacturer. That's another third-party reader manufacturer. Competitors to Wavelengths, by the way. There's another reader manufacturer. That's actually for vending. That's an SDID reader based out of France. This is a Schlage lock operating with Wallet, with Wavelengths, with the Leaf. This is another lock manufacturer. Like this is, I'll play it again to give you another idea. Seeing is believing. At ISC West, we had a stand with 40 manufacturers of hardware that you could physically walk up with a physical card or a wallet credential and present your credential, enable it to work. It's not smoke and mirrors. It's not make-believe. It's real, and it's here today. Wavelengths is the only manufacturer that was brave enough to create the Leaf community, enabling others to be a part of the win. And we're not owning it. We're not keeping it only to ourselves. We're enabling others to be a part of it, including my biggest competitors. Others that make readers, they want to join, and by the way, they are. So yes, there's some initials that will join this as well, because the access control has to grow. We have to be bigger than our own individual islands, our own individual moats. And at Wavelengths, we're brave enough to say, let's make it happen. And we don't have to make the money. So coming back. So who's in it? This is real. These are all people. I've actually added a bunch more since then. Since I've been at the security event, we've added another 9 manufacturers, 9, that want to be part of it. There are consultants that are choosing to be a part of it. There are end users, very large end users that have chosen to be a part of this as well. It has grown extremely rapidly. Before, Wavelengths established what was called the Leaf standard. It was a published definition that everybody could self-identify with. Yet, if I look at, Tanlock, they're a data center lock manufacturer based out of Nuremberg. Trade ID, Swift Connect, my friends over there. Liberty, Any2Any, a German PIAM. Allegiant, Alert Enterprise, my friends. Acre, Assa Abloy, Cypress, Ingenia, NXP. Paladin is an integrator in the US, owned by Bosch. And you're seeing a bunch of integrators join because they want to demand interoperability as well, and a true fundamental way, productized, to enable it to happen. So it's a choice. Do you want to be on an island, or do you want to have bridges that enable the industry to grow at a more rapid rate? It's truly an individual manufacturer's choice. It's a choice of an integrator. It's a choice of a consultant. Are you building bridges, or are you staying on islands? How do you implement it? How do you manufacture? you can join. Just like all these other people have joined. You could join tomorrow. We share the key structures, enabling manufacturers to be a part of it. One question I got is, do we force a manufacturer of hardware do they have to pay anything on an individual reader basis? Zero. You pay zero for it. You join the association, which helps us continue to proliferate this, because next year, Wavelengths is not giving this talk. At ISC West, our friends at IDEMIA gave the entire presentation. We had RF Ideas giving it in their booths. We had Acre giving it in their booths. I will not be giving this next year. We can be the creators and not the owners. It's brave. So we have a technical solution, we've got applications of it, and again, what are we doing? We're asking people to get off the island. Build the bridge, take the ferry, be brave, and enable the industry to actually grow. So with that, I'm Rob Leidick with Wavelengths. I'll be over there for a while. Would love to connect up with any and all of you. And thank you very much for taking the time to join me today.